can feel the tension building. Martin Meyer is out on track and getting ready to push for their qualifying time. It's all about strategy in these early moments. Swazi is taking their time to prepare for their qualifying run and get everything just right.
They will want to get a good gap established for their first flying lap.
Clayton Ella is on their out lap. Clayton Ella has completed their out lap. This is where the mental game comes into play. Philip Van Staden is taking their time to prepare for their qualifying run.
This is the moment they've been preparing for. Let's see if they can execute.
It looks like Clayton Ella is getting ready to make their move. They're taking their time to warm up those tires and get everything just right.
It's all about finding that balance between staying calm and focused.
As Clayton Ella completes their out lap, they will be hoping they have given themselves enough space on track to fully attack for their first flying lap. Martin Meyer is on their first flying lap. You can feel the tension building. Ivan Lerm is out on track and getting ready to push for their qualifying time.
These are the moments that really matter. Let's see if Ivan Lerm can deliver.
Renzo 111 will be looking to use this first hot lap to set a solid time in the standings.
Absolutely. Renzo 111 is showing the world what they're made of.
It's all about precision and speed in qualifying, and Joni Geldenhuys is nailing both. There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. This is what it's all about. Abdurraf is putting everything they've got into this qualifying session.
It's certainly exciting to watch. But let's not forget, the goal is to secure a good starting position for the race.
Abdurraf has completed their first flying lap in 1:03.143. Amir Rylands is looking for ways to improve their consistency.
Every driver needs something different, Alan. Some drivers excel when they push harder, while other drivers benefit more from relaxing and being in a flow state.
Abdurrahman is trying to find that extra performance.
Well, Alan, they'll need to find those extra tenths of a second by pushing just a little bit harder on the braking and carrying more speed through the corners.
Abdurrahman has some work to do, as that 105.244 is only good enough for 6th.
That's not a bad time, but I am sure they can improve further on that.
Amir Rylands will be happy having put themselves into 3rd in this qualifying session. JP Brand is looking for ways to improve their consistency.
They'll need to put together a perfect lap, hitting every apex and pushing the car to the limit without going over it.
JP Brand has some work to do, as that 109.639 is only good enough for 12th. Renzo 111 is trying to find that extra performance. Martin Meyer is looking for ways to improve their consistency.
Good question, Alan. It's all or nothing now. They need to stay focused, hit their marks, and extract every ounce of performance from that car to move up the grid.
Clayton Ella is trying to find that extra performance.
Every driver needs something different, Alan. Some drivers excel when they push harder, while other drivers benefit more from relaxing and being in a flow.
Clayton Ella has some work to do, as that 119.069 is only good enough for 10th. It's all about strategy in these early moments. Martin Meyer is taking their time to prepare for their qualifying run and get everything just right. Ivan Lerm is up -0.1. Amir Rylands has positioned themselves well in 3rd during qualifying. The challenge now is to assess their competitors and strategize how to move up the order for a better race start.
Couldn't agree more, Alan. Amir Rylands has positioned themselves impressively in 3rd. Now, they need to build on this foundation and strive for an even better race result.
Amir Rylands will be happy having put themselves into 3rd in this qualifying session. It's an impressive showing by Christo Meitjes, currently in 10th. They've showcased their talent, but will need to find those crucial extra tenths to climb higher. What a performance from Abdurrahman. They currently occupy 6th on the grid. It's a good spot for now, but other drivers are trying their hardest to put in a better time and push them down the order.
Spot on analysis, Alan. Abdurrahman has positioned themselves well in 6th. It's now crucial for them to maintain their focus and defend their position in the upcoming race.
Abdurrahman has some work to do, as that 121.394 is only good enough for 6th.
There's still more time to be had, but I don't know if they're going to find it before the session is over.
And there goes Christo Mintjes, currently in position 7. They've shown great skill and consistency so far, but with a few minutes left, there's still time to improve their result. Securing the second place is Jamie Ray Nichols.
Big things expected for Jamie Ray Nichols today.
Amir Rylands will look to make a splash from the 3rd position on the starting grid.
And like many others, they are starting the race on the alternate tyre compound.
On the 3rd grid slot we have Swazi. As the drivers prepare to take off, Martin Meyer sits in 4th place on the starting grid.
Martin Meyer will be taking no prisoners today.
Green light and the race begins. As drivers jockey for position, they must be cautious of potential pileups.
This is where the real racecraft comes into play. The drivers will be looking for any opportunity to make a move and gain an advantage.
It's all about finding those gaps and making the most of them, especially in these early stages of the race.
And with so many talented drivers on the grid, you know we're going to see some incredible overtakes here in the first sector.
It's not just about making a move, it's about doing it cleanly and without causing any incidents. The tensions are high, and no one will want to make a crucial mistake on the first lap. terrible news for Martin Meyer, already losing places, and the race is just only getting started.
They've definitely made life harder for themselves, but there's still plenty of time to make up for that slow start. Alan.
Someone get Renzo 111 a strong coffee, as it looks like they have been caught dozing from the get-go. The team won't be pleased with that start, relinquishing places already.
They say laughter is the best medicine, but I'm not sure it'll help Renzo 111 recover from this start. Time to put the pedal to the metal.
It looks like Christo Meinches is pushing hard to catch up to Renzo 111. That's not a small gap, but Christo Meinches has what it takes to challenge for the position.
It's going to be tough for Christo Meinches, as Renzo 111 seems to have found their rhythm. But anything can happen in racing, and we've seen Christo Meinches pull off some impressive moves before. I'm excited to see if they can make it happen again.
The action is heating up here as Jamie Ray Nichols is in second, defending from Swazi, who is only 0.3 seconds away.
It's not over yet. Swazi is right on Jamie Ray Nichols' tail, and if they can find just a little bit of extra speed, they might be able to make a move.
This is what racing is all about. Two fierce competitors pushing each other to the limit.
And it's not just about skill and talent. It's about who has the nerves of steel to handle the pressure and make the right decisions at the right
Going
time.
green.
Martin Meyer is giving it their all as they chase down Kenneth Ella in P7. Looks like Renzo 111 is coming in hot. They're approaching that turn way too fast. Tough break for Renzo 111, who has just lost a position. Disappointing for Renzo 111, they now find themselves in 15th. It's a game of cat and mouse out there, with Jamie Ray Nichols trying to find the perfect opportunity to make a move on Swazi. The gap is over a second, but every fraction counts. This is what racing is all about, folks. Three fearless drivers pushing their machines to the braking update. That won't be ideal for Abdurov. The race is really heating up. Jamie Ray Nichols is hunting down Swazi with everything they've got.
Don't forget the role of aerodynamics. Jamie Ray Nichols should use slipstreaming to their advantage and close the gap to Swazi.
Things are heating up as Martin Meyer closes in on Ivan Lerm. The gap between them is down to practically nothing. And Martin Meyer has just won the place from Ivan Lerm.
Go, 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 that's what we want to see.
Well, it looks like we have a bit of a traffic jam on the track.
It's like rush hour out there. I mean, I know we're in a race, but can't we all just get along?
You can wish all you want, but I don't think that's how racing works. Matt, hold that thought. Hold the phone. Oh dear, Ivan Lerm has had an incident. This is going to be a nail-biter. Jamie Ray Nichols is defending for their life, but JP Brand is right there doing everything they can to force a mistake.
That's right. Jamie Ray Nichols is showing some great form, and it looks like JP Brand won't be able to catch up, barring any mistakes.
The delta between JP Brand in 4th and Jamie Ray Nichols remains over a second, but JP Brand is not letting up. They're pushing hard and looking for any opportunity to close that gap. There's 24 minutes left in this session to make that happen.
It's a nail-biting race for sure, with both drivers showing incredible skill and determination. But Jamie Ray Nichols is not going to give up the position easily. This is going to be a battle to the very end, with JP Brand in P4 doing everything they can to catch up.
The action is non-stop as Jamie Ray Nichols shatters JP Brand through every twist and turn, determined to claim third. A great moment for Jamie Ray Nichols, who has just gained a place and moved up the stand. Breaking news, folks. Looks like that's a mistake from Philip Van Staden. This could be costly. The battle for 5 is heating up as Peter Geldenhuys tries to catch Martin Meyer in P5.
It's all about finding the perfect opportunity. Peter Geldenhuys needs to stay patient and wait for Martin Meyer to make a mistake.
Oh, this is getting intense. Amir Rylands is just a few car lengths behind Peter Geldenhuys. No room for error here. NS2 is breathing down the neck of Clayton Ella, waiting for the perfect chance to make their move.
Should things go south between NS2 and Clayton Ella, we might witness a high-speed game of bumper cars, but trust me, it's way less fun with real race cars.
This is where the race gets really interesting. Christo Meinches is closing in on Clayton Ella. This is a thrilling battle as JP Brand edges closer to Swazi in their fight for P2.
With just 0.3 seconds between them, JP Brand will need to close the gap to have hopes of a pass.
Pushing too hard can lead to mistakes, and we're seeing that now. That car is really unsettled as they push for every last bit of speed.
One important aspect here is choosing the right braking point. Amir Rylands needs to be precise to avoid overshooting and losing valuable time.
Hard brake for Abdurov as they slip down the field.
That's got to hurt. Abdurov will be kicking themselves right now.
What a move. Abdurov has moved up to 12th. It's like watching two predators circling each other, waiting for the perfect moment to pounce. The pursuit is on. Martin Meyer is closing the gap on Amir Rylands, determined to claim P6. Renzo 111 wants to get into Kenneth Ella's slipstream.
It looks like they have the speed to make a move. I just hope they have the patience to do it cleanly.
It's a tale of two drivers right now, with Renzo 111 gaining places and Kenneth Ella losing them. It doesn't seem like things are going to plan for Kenneth Ella as they have a big gap ahead of them to close at this point in time.
They certainly aren't going to be close enough to mount any kind of challenge soon unless it's down to a mistake from Renzo 111.
The pressure is on for Christo Meinches as they try to catch up to Philip Van Staden.
We'll have to wait to see if...
Breaking news, folks. Looks like that's a mistake from Philip Van Staden. This could be costly. The tension is building as Jamie Ray Nichols trails behind Swazi. The gap is slowly but surely decreasing, and the pressure is mounting. Swazi is pushing to maintain the lead, while Jamie Ray Nichols is working to close in and challenge for the position.
This is where experience comes into play. Swazi has been in this situation before and knows how to defend the position, but Jamie Ray Nichols is hungry for success and won't give up easily.
It's a classic case of chasing down the car ahead for JP Brand, who is currently in P12. But Abdurov is not making it easy, and the gap remains over a second. This will require some expert driving from JP Brand.
That's right, JP Brand in 12th knows they have to push to the limit if they want to catch up. But Abdurov is no slouch, and they're going to be pushing just as hard. It's a battle of skill and will outweigh.
This is where the skill and experience of the drivers really come into play. Kenneth Ella will need to stay focused and keep pushing, even when the gap seems insurmountable. It's not over until the checkered flag drops.
Absolutely, Kenneth Ella in 11th will need to be patient and carefully work to reduce that gap without overdriving it, as they can't afford to take unnecessary risks and risk an off or damaging their car. Let's see if they have what it takes to get.
Braking update. Oh dear, Amir Rylands has had an incident. The race is heating up as Renzo 111 in 9th closes in on Clayton Ella. The gap is just over a second, and I'm sure they are going to do everything possible to try and close the distance. They're not giving up without a fight. Amir Rylands has the pedal to the metal chasing NS2. Tough moment for Amir Rylands, who has just lost a place, dumping them down to 8th. A setback for Amir Rylands, who has just been passed. Look at that, Renzo 111 is hot on the tail of Amir Rylands. Great driving from Renzo. Braking update. Oh dear, Amir Rylands has had an incident. The crowd is on the edge of their seats as Amir Rylands in 7th chases after NS2. The delta is just over a second, and you can feel the tension in the air. Amir Rylands needs to find a way to close the gap.
It's going to be tough for Amir Rylands, as NS2 seems to have found their rhythm. But anything can happen in racing, and we've seen Amir Rylands pull off some impressive moves before. I'm excited to see if they can make it happen again.
Abdurrahman is on a mission, chasing Clayton Ella, who's desperately trying to stay ahead. Superb driving from Abdurrahman, who with that overtake has gained a position in the race.
Absolutely, Abdurrahman is really putting on a clinic out there, and they're making it look easy.
Christo Minches is running 11th. They are trying to catch Clayton Ella.
I would not be surprised if they get this pass completed soon.
Fantastic move from Christo Minches, who has just gained a position.
That's what we like to see. Christo Minches is really showing their class today.
This is what high-octane racing looks like. Clayton Ella is breathing down the neck of Christo Minches, not giving them any room to relax.
If Clayton Ella gets any closer to Christo Minches, they'll need to start sending out wedding invitations.
Things are heating up as Christo Minches tries to close the gap to Clayton Ella. It seems like Christo Minches has got the bit between their teeth, improving on Clayton Ella's lap time there. The fans are on the edge of their seats. It doesn't get any closer than this. A great moment for Renzo 111, who has just gained a place and moved up the standings. Braking update. Oh dear, Amir Rylands has had an incident. Every move counts now as Christo Minches works to reel in Clayton Ella and overtake for P10. A brilliant maneuver from Christo Minches, who has just moved up the field. We've certainly seen some of the drivers get it wrong today.
Anyone lost can just follow the trail of skid marks. I hear it's the latest form of GPS navigation.
Let's hope the other drivers don't follow suit. We might end up with braking alert. Oh dear, Renzo 111 has had an incident. Looks like Christo Minches is really pushing it to the limit. They're taking those curves aggressively, but that can unsettle the car and cause handling issues.
Indeed, taking too much curve can upset the car's balance, leading to oversteer or understeer. It's all about maintaining that fine line between speed and control.
Jamie Ray Nichols has a mountain to climb at the moment to close that gap with Swazi. I expect their only hope at this point is that Swazi makes an error.
Every race adds to a driver's experience, both good and bad. It just highlights that Jamie Ray Nichols is going to have to get more serious with practice if they don't want to be outclassed on the circuit.
The battle for 8 is heating up as Renzo 111 tries to catch Flading Ella in P8. Seems like Cristo Minches is getting in range of Renzo 111. It's a battle out there, each driver trying to outsmart and outmaneuver the other.
With the way Renzo 111 is stalking Clayton Ella, you'd think they're trying to figure out what they had for breakfast this morning.
What a move, Renzo 111 has moved up to 8th.
Impressive, Renzo 111 is really showing their skill and determination out there.
Cristo Minches seems to be putting the pressure on Renzo 111.
If you don't push the boundaries, you will never know where they are.
Cristo Minches has just put in a faster lap than Renzo 111, so that's going to give them something to worry about.
As long as Cristo Minches can maintain that consistency and pace, it will be interesting to see.
It's a game of cat and mouse out there, with NS2 trying to find the perfect opportunity to make a move on Kenneth Ella. The gap is over a second, but every fraction counts.
It's a nail-biting race for sure, with both drivers showing incredible skill and determination. But Kenneth Ella is not going to give up the position easily. This is going to be a battle to the very end, with NS2 in P12 doing everything they can to catch up.
This is where the skill and precision of the drivers really comes into play. Cristo Minches is chasing Renzo 111 in P8.
The gap between them is just over 0.4 seconds. Can Cristo Minches close that gap and get back in range? I can't see it happening at this point.
Oh, this is getting intense. NS2 is just a few car lengths behind Kenneth Ella. It looks like JP Brand is braking alert. Looks like that's a mistake from Cristo Minches. This could be costly. It's a battle of wills out there, with NS2 trying to outsmart and outmaneuver JP Brand. The gap is slowly closing, but time is running out. Situations like these often lead to a dramatic finish. Great driving from NS2, who has just gained a place and moved up to 12th.
You can't argue with results like that. NS2 is really making their mark on this race.
It's all about consistency for JP Brand, who is currently 10th. The gap between Kenneth Ella and NS2 is razor thin as they vie for 11th in this nail-biting contest. Things are going according to plan for Martin Meyer, who is— hold that thought. Hold the phone, that won't be ideal for Martin Meyer. Pushing too hard can lead to mistakes, and we're seeing that now. That car is really unsettled as they push for every last bit of speed.
The gap is 0.4 seconds now. Kenneth Ella is going to have to work a bit harder to close that gap with NS2. The tension is building as Martin Meyer trails behind Amir Rylands.
The gap is slowly but surely decreasing, and the pressure is mounting. Amir Rylands is pushing to maintain the lead, while Martin Meyer is working to close in and challenge for the position. The drivers are showing their mettle today. It's a privilege to witness their skill on this challenging track.
The stakes have never been higher. This is a battle of skill and nerves.
That's right. These drivers are really pushing themselves to the limit, and it's incredible to see the level of focus and determination they're bringing to the track.
Absolutely. It takes a lot of courage to compete at this level, and these drivers have it in spades. Let's hope they can keep it up and give us a race to remember.
This is where the skill and experience of the drivers really come into play. Christo Mainches will need to stay focused and keep pushing, even when the gap seems insurmountable. It's not over until the checkered flag drops. Kenneth Ella wants to find a way round Christo Mainches.
Rubbing is racing, but let's just hope they don't rub it too hard.
It's a close race between NS2 and Clayton Ella in 10th.
You know what they say, keep your friends close, and your racing rivals even closer. Looks like NS2 is taking that advice to heart today.
Big gains for NS2 as they move up the field, leaving Clayton Ella behind.
Yes, but they have to keep pushing hard. This race is far from over, and anything can happen. NS2 needs to stay focused and keep driving with skill and determination.
The race is heating up as Clayton Ella in 11th closes in on NS2. The gap is just over a second, and I'm sure they are going to do everything possible to try and close the distance. They're not giving up without a fight. The crowd is on the edge of their seats as Christo Mainches in 12th chases after Clayton Ella. The delta is just over a second, and you can feel the tension in the air. Christo Mainches needs to find a way to close the gap. Clayton Ella is looking for an opportunity to get round Christo Mainches. Stop the press. Oh dear, Jamie Ray Nichols has had an incident. It's a classic case of chasing down the car ahead for Clayton Ella, who is currently in P12. But Christo Mainches is not making it easy, and the gap remains over a second. This will require some expert driving from Clayton Ella.
That's right, Clayton Ella in 12th knows they have to push to the limit if they want to catch up. But Christo Mainches is no slouch, and they're going to be pushing just as hard. It's a battle of skill and will out there.
The delta between Abdurrahman in 8th and Renzo 111 remains over a second, but Abdurrahman is not letting up. They're pushing hard and looking for any opportunity to close that gap. There's 5 minutes left in this session to make that happen. NS2 is placed 10th at the moment.
Definitely Alan, but they can't afford to get complacent. They have to keep pushing hard to stay in the game.
He can't hold on. NS2 is losing time to Christo Mainches.
This is where the pressure really starts to mount on NS2. They need to stay focused and not make any mistakes.
Well, it doesn't look like Christo Mainches is going to be much of a threat to anyone soon, let alone NS2.
It's not over till the checkered flag drops, though, and it's important they don't lose concentration at this point.
It's game on now. Christo Minches has closed the gap to NS2. It's now down to 0.8 seconds. Let's talk about tire degradation, Max. How does it affect the car's handling and what do drivers need to do to adapt to the changing conditions?
Tire degradation can significantly impact handling, Alan. As the tires wear, the grip reduces, and drivers need to adjust their braking points, cornering speeds, and throttle application to maintain control of the car.
It's a battle of wills out there, with Christo Minches trying to outsmart and outmaneuver NS2. The gap is slowly closing, but time is running out. Situations like these often lead to a dramatic finish. JP Brand is pushing really hard, but as we know, pushing too hard can lead to other mistakes, like locking up the brakes or missing a shift. These drivers are walking a razor's edge between pushing the limits and making costly errors.
Absolutely, it's all about finding that sweet spot where you're pushing the car to its limits without crossing the line into reckless driving. That's where experience and skill come into play. The gap between them is now just over 0.3 seconds.
This is a thrilling battle as Christo Minches edges closer to NS2 in their fight for P10.
It's a game of strategy now as Christo Minches hunts down NS2. Yes, it's all about choosing the right moments to push and when to conserve energy, waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike.
JP Brand wants to close that gap with Renzo 111.
To achieve anything in this game, you must be prepared to dabble at the boundary of disaster.
It's a game of cat and mouse out there, with Christo Minches trying to find the perfect opportunity to make a move on NS2. The gap is over a second, but every fraction counts.
Absolutely, Christo Minches in 11th will need to be patient and carefully work to reduce that gap without overdriving it, as they can't afford to take unnecessary risks and risk an off or damaging their car. Let's see if they have what it takes to get back into the game here.
The pursuit is on. Renzo 111 is closing the gap on JP Brand, determined to claim P7.
This is not going to be an easy pass to make.
This is where the skill and experience of the drivers really come into play. Christo Minches will need to stay focused and keep pushing, even when the gap seems insurmountable. It's not over until the checkered flag drops.
It's going to be tough for Christo Minches, as NS2 seems to have found their rhythm. But anything can happen in racing, and we've seen Christo Minches pull off some impressive moves before. I'm excited to see if they can make it happen again.
It's looking good for Abdullah, sitting in ninth.
That's right, they can't afford to make any mistakes or let up in their performance. Every point counts in this championship.
Christo Minches wants to get into NS2 slipstream. Fantastic move from Christo Minches, who has just gained a position.
Amazing stuff. Focus and precision, what it's all about.
This is what it's all about, folks. NS2 is in hot pursuit of Christo Minches, who's just trying to stay ahead. A great moment for NS2, who has just gained a place and moved up the standings.
Yes, NS2 is driving with real focus and precision, and it's paying off.
A strong showing from Christo Minches, who is currently 10th.
Absolutely, and they need to keep driving with determination to stay in that position.
This is where the true champions shine, and Joni Geldenhuys is certainly showing their class in the final sector. It's all over. Joni Geldenhuys has claimed victory in this race with a stunning drive that will be remembered for years to come. Clearly at the top of their game right now.
That was a true masterclass in driving from Johnny Geldenhuys. You could see them making split-second decisions with total confidence, and it really paid off. What a performance.
Swazi never gave up, they drove with heart and determination, ultimately securing a well-deserved second-place finish. What a race from Peter Geldenhuys. They kept their cool and secured a well-earned third place on the podium.
Fantastic result.
Jamie Ray Nichols, J.P. Brand, Martin Meyer, and Renzo .111 claim 4th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Amir Rylands, Abderraf, Christo Mainches, and Enes to end in 5th, 9th, 10th, and 11th. Coming in 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th we have Kenneth Ella, Clayton Ella, Philip Van Staden, and Ivan Lerm.